Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you exciting information about things that are happening in our community, and today will be no different. Now, for those people that know me well, they know that there's one thing, perhaps more than anything else, that gets me excited and energizes me from day to day. And that's being involved in the community in a meaningful and tangible way. Most times working with young people who we sometimes identify as our future. But you know, folks, until we really find ways to invest in our young people in the present, then their future is definitely going to be questionable. Today, I have a very special guest on the show to talk about the way in which he is trying to make an impact in the lives of young people. Alex Riley is the founder of an organization called MadisonUp. And you know, we represent not just the city of Huntsville, but Madison County. Welcome to the broadcast, Alex.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me.
It's good to have you here today. And you know, we're talking about young people. You already hear my voice is going up a couple of octaves because I'm getting excited and energized. And I know the kind of work that you do. And this is just a great opportunity for us to share a little bit about what's happening in our community. Because as I said in the intro, a lot of our young people are challenged by finding meaningful ways to engage in activities that can help move them forward. But first of all, we always like to start at the beginning. You got to tell us what MadisonUp is and how it got started.
All right, MadisonUp, we throw entertainment for our youth and teenage demographic to keep them entertained and out of trouble, as well as create a platform for talented musicians to showcase their talent at big venues. MadisonUp, why I started is because of we need more in the community, more option for our young people so they don't involve themselves in negative situations. That's where MadisonUp came from.
Now, you're a young cat, you know, you're not an old head like me. I'm a boomer, you're probably a millennial. You're just coming on the back end of where I am right now, but I'm very inspired by the work that you're doing. So I know that once I step off the scene, that the work is in good hands. So I'm energized, but you got to tell me, man, look, a lot of young people today, they're getting that degree, they're chasing that paper, they're going about doing their own thing in a kind of a self-motivated way and self-focused way. I'm curious as to what makes you, as you're moving through life's journey as a young person, stop and say, hey, life is bigger than just me. I got to really work with my young people out here to help them have a future. What really did it for you?
I would honestly say New Orleans, Louisiana. You know, being raised in a community where it's more so about survival. You know, you have a lot of your negatives, but you have your positives as well. And it's the ones that you choose. You know, Hurricane Katrina so happened to displace us from New Orleans, to place us in Huntsville, Alabama. And it so happened to be a blessing and a curse at the same time, but more so a blessing because we were able to see life from a different perspective. So now when I do things like MadisonUp, giving back to the community, I'm able to look at my own city, New Orleans, Louisiana, in that same light. So when I establish myself, I can go back and do the same things there so we can help our youth out because they are the future. They are our next teachers, our next mayors, our next city Congress, presidents. So we have to keep them in mind. We have to keep them encouraged. And I believe simple things like giving them more activity in their community makes them more involved in their community. It gives them a sense of pride. So I wanted to create that pride around the Tennessee Valley.
Yeah, you know, you're much closer to that generation today that sometimes makes adults scratch their heads because they don't always understand where they're coming from and what they're doing. Interestingly, I think that the generation out there right now, those young people in middle school, high school, and even the elementary school kids, I see them in action and I get so optimistic and hopeful about the future because they're really bright kids. I mean, they're exposed to more information by the time they leave high school than perhaps I've been exposed to in my entire life. And so they have lots of information, they're exposed to lots of things, they have all these technological gadgets and stuff. And I wonder, as you talk to young people, what are their concerns today? I mean, what are they challenged by? What do they want in life today?
I personally believe young people, simply, we want more in our community, even though sometimes it may not be vocalized by the young people. It's just more of a no thing. You just have to keep your ear to the streets of the young and let them decide what they would want. I think the generation will go so much further as far as understanding is if you listen to the young people. Don't just write them off as they don't know what they're talking about or they don't understand. But give them an opportunity to voice their opinions, and then you'll see a dramatic change in society.
So you said something that I'm always saying when it comes to young people, and that's that we have to really include them in the discussion.
Right.
You know, when we sit around at a table, at a meeting, talking about young people's future,
Right.
and there are no young people at the table, then I see that as a big problem.
Exactly.
And you're saying young people need to have a voice because they have something important to say, even if it's not necessarily as mature
Right.
or as well defined as some adults, but they need to be heard.
Exactly. And reason why I chose to do this next event is called Pound Vote Alabama, hashtag Vote Alabama. And what we're doing is we're doing a campaign to where we're going around to the colleges, Calhoun, UAH, A&M, Oakwood. We want to create this thing where we make it cool to vote. We make it an understanding situation. What I'm doing is creating a social media page, hashtag Vote Alabama. So we simplify politics. We show all the candidates and simplify it for our young people so they'll understand who they're voting for and why they should vote, because your vote is basically just as important as your breath. So we want to get our young people that voice like we're talking about right now.
Yeah. Well, this, of course, is a great time to do something like that because it is an election year that's coming up and a lot of people are talking politics and that type of thing.
Right.
I'm wondering, as a founder of an organization that focuses on young people, MadisonUp, you've been in existence now for how long?
Since 2012.
All right. So for the last few years, you've been out there, you know, pounding the pavement.
Right.
You're talking about pounding
Yes.
the vote. You're
Yeah.
pounding the pavement. Trying to engage young people and try to engage sponsors and
Right.
community leaders. And really that's kind of how we came across each other in terms of the kind of work that's going on right now. And I certainly support everything you're doing.
Right.
I'm just wondering, what have you done up to now as it relates to MadisonUp? Because I know you've done some creative kinds of activities
Yes.
in the community to bring young people together.
All right. Well, our latest event passed August 1st. We did a 10,000 water balloon mayhem that's never been done in the state of Alabama before. Basically, what MadisonUp presents to the people and to the young people is events that hasn't been done. We want to create uniqueness.
Yeah, so tell us now, 10,000
Yeah.
water balloon mayhem, I know what that sounds like, but tell those that don't know what that's
Okay.
about, what it is.
Well, let me tell you, a 10,000 water balloon mayhem is simply this. We filled up 10,000 water balloons, and then we had games for the water balloons. We had water balloon volleyball, where the kids, they would stand on two sides, just like volleyball, and they would throw the water balloon up to the other team, and the other team has to catch it and not let the balloon pop. But if the balloon popped, then that team gets the point. And then we did water balloon relays where the kids it was two of them, they have to throw the water balloons back and forth to each other and get to the finish line.
Without it
and
popping.
exactly. And then whoever wins, the losing team, the winning team get to splash them with the water balloons and
More,
everything.
because
exactly.
if it pops, they're going to get
Right.
wet anyway. So
Right? And so then the finale is the big water balloon mayhem, where we just let everybody go crazy with all the water balloons. And we had a great turnout. Thank you to Mayor Trulock, as well as Toys R Us, Home Depot, Entrusted Teas, and all the rest of our sponsors that were out there that day, and also WZYP. Thank you.
Yeah, so now somebody might ask you, 10,000 water balloon mayhem sounds like a lot of fun.
Right.
But then there may be a skeptic out there that says, yeah, but what does that do for young people? And how would you respond to them?
My response to that is just simply what my organization is about. We want to create entertainment. We want to give option to kids to come to something entertaining. That way, per se, let's say if there was something they could have involved themselves with that same day in a negative manner, but yet they chose to come to a MadisonUp event. That's the simplest way I see MadisonUp changing the world.
So it's a positive alternative in terms of entertainment because, like you said,
Right.
young people can be entertained by the computer and
Exactly.
video games that may be violent.
Right.
They could certainly be entertained by things that are in the street that are not quite as palatable as a benign water balloon
Right.
fight. At least that's what it should be, fairly benign. Hopefully nobody will get hurt by the water. But, you know, it's the kind of thing that I think a lot of people would look at and think about as being kind of a marginal thing. But I get it because when you have things in the community that present viable alternatives to the negative kinds of things, you start creating balance.
Exactly.
In terms of the choices, and you really push to the forefront the notion that young people can make choices.
Right.
And you're affirming that also.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm so proud of the fact that on the same day you were having your big cafe event,
Yeah.
and I was having a water balloon mayhem,
Yeah.
and people were telling me about the cafe event all throughout the month, but I didn't know what it was.
Which is community awareness for youth.
Exactly.
People that may not know what that is.
Right. And I had this story that I wanted to tell you. One of my friends, you know, she was actually struggling at this time to get school supplies and everything for her kids. So she had to basically decide what event that she would come to. And luckily she chose the right event to come to yours, because y'all were giving away school supplies and everything, and that really helped her out. So I seen that and realized, you know what, if we're both for the same cause, let's incorporate this together. That way we can bridge that gap between Madison and Huntsville, and, you know, work with each other even more.
And it is all about collaborating. I mean, you got all these different organizations out there doing things for young people, and if you can share resources and share opportunities, that just seems like the easiest way to make that thing happen. And so what I'm hearing you say, and I know we're working together now on CAFE 2016, what I'm hearing you saying is that there's a possibility there may be a 20,000 person balloon mayhem at CAFE
Exactly.
2016, or something else that you come up creatively, entertainment-wise. Tell me, when young people approach you after these events, what are they saying to you? Are they engaged? Are they excited? Are they, you know, are they appreciative? What are young people saying?
You know what happens? First of all, you see the admiration in their eyes. Secondly, sometimes they'll run up and give me a big hug. The parents will tell me thank you. You'll see the excitement in the vendors' eyes, because it's something that hasn't been done before, you know? So every year for the water balloon events, we're gonna increase the number. So 2016, 20,000 water balloon we have at the CAFE event, where it's plenty people there to enjoy this event. The parents are welcome to play along with the kids.
Yeah. Well, I think you make an interesting point there too, because when you start talking about finding some balance for young people, you're also supporting families, because it's a family-friendly event, and it's something that the whole family can come out and be a part of as well, which we're always looking for those kinds of initiatives in the city as well. It just seems to make sense. So what is the future of Madison Up? Where do you want it to go, and what do you hope to do as you move forward in the continual development of this initiative?
Well, the future of Madison Up is this to me. We want to make sure that we create a strong foundation in our local community around the Tennessee Valley, and then travel around the country throwing unique events for our kids and underprivileged kids. We want to make events affordable for people to come to every time, because every child, every teenager deserves to have a great summer. You have some kids that barely even gets to have a good summer, while other kids have a great one. So we want to go around the country, throw events for every area, all right, and then go outside the country to our third world countries, because there's a lot of kids out there too that would love to be a part of great events. So that's the future I see for Madison Up within the 5-10 years.
So when you get up in the morning and you know that you got this opportunity to make a difference and change the world through engaging a young person in something positive, what motivates you? What keeps you going every day? Because it's not always easy to do these kinds of things. What sustains you?
Well, I'm going to tell you what motivates me, and this is a short story. Yesterday, I worked night shift. Went in 10 p.m., got off 6 this morning, and I'm still up, but I'm so energetic because I'm doing what I love. So every day that I wake up, knowing that I want to impact lives, and I'm touching lives, and I'm following my dreams. When I go around to these schools and I speak to these young people about following their dreams, having the courage, you know, showing spontaneity, you know, we want to make sure that we let them know that the sky isn't the limit. You can go far beyond, but it's if you choose to. Put some dedication behind it, put belief behind it, faith behind it, and it'll take you wherever you want to go in life. There's a saying where it says, logic will only get you to A and B, but imagination will take you everywhere around the world. And believe this, I'm seeing this in my life because I'm following my imagination. Everything that's in front of us, this desk right here was somebody's dreams. These TVs, somebody's dreams. Cameras, somebody's dreams. Suits, somebody's dreams. They all chose to follow their dreams, their ambition, and they made it happen.
Yeah. I saw this great quote recently. It said basically, I'm not following my goals, I'm chasing my dreams. And it wasn't so much a put down on goal setting, it was just saying that sometimes we limit ourselves, you know. In fact, we have a success and we think that's enough. And we stop sometimes, or we are defeated in trying to reach the goal, but we don't recognize that that goal began with a dream. And so recognize that there are going to be barriers, there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be challenges along the way. You got to press through those things and keep on going because your dream is out there and there's nobody out there who's going to grab it except for you.
Exactly.
So we're glad that you have followed your dream as a young cat on the scene making some sound. And we hope that you'll continue to make noise in this community as it relates to the positive impact on young people. We're out of time, but tell us how people can stay in touch with you or get connected with you through social media or webpage.
You all can stay in touch with me by going to MadisonUp1.com. Also, Alex Riley on Facebook. I'm in a white Madison Up t-shirt, as well as my Madison Up organization page. That is where you can keep up with me. You can get all the information you need. I keep people updated. I post pictures, and I post interviews and all. Also, I would like to thank 256 Magazine for putting us in their November article. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. As well as I would like to thank Tracy Bailey, Gail Milam, Mayor Troy Trulock, Brian Godfrey, L.C. Smith, Real Fathers Making a Difference, and Anthony Graham of Rough Organization. And to all our sponsors, thank you, and our future sponsors, thank you as well.
Well, that's outstanding, and the great work that's been done on behalf of young people. We can't have enough of that. There's no competition where that is. There's no territory where that is. In fact, what I said to someone recently is that we can't think about turf when it comes to young people because it's all our turf, and wherever young people occupy that turf, it's our responsibility to provide them with some leadership. So, Alex Riley, the founder of Madison Up, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. I'm humbled. I'm here.
All right, and that, again, is MadisonUp1.com. All right, fantastic. We hope that people will connect with you through the webpage, through the Facebook page, Alex Riley, and definitely make it happen. And come back and see us sometime.
I surely will.
All right. Alex Riley, he's the founder of Madison Up. And, you know, we get excited about young people on this show because we really believe that our young people are our present, not just our future. And what happens in their future largely depends on what we do for them now. For this broadcast, Impact with Kenny Anderson, it's always a privilege to be able to come into your homes, be able to share information with you. And I hope that you will like us on Facebook at Impact with Kenny Anderson. That's our Facebook page where we post images of our guests, and also the YouTube video of all of our broadcasts can be found at Impact with Kenny Anderson. We also hope that you'll spread the news about this little broadcast that shares positive information in a big way on a regular basis. I'm Kenny Anderson, host of the broadcast. Looking forward to seeing you again soon. Have a great day.